the last 15 years, every show, besides television, every show I've performed, basically, has been headlining on the Strip in Vegas. And most recently, I guess, in 2006, I performed for 3 weeks at Paris, Atlantic City, and really enjoyed Atlantic City. When you're somewhere for 15 years, I enjoyed the boardwalk, enjoyed, I guess, everything that Atlantic City has to offer, and the change of scenery it was great. I really enjoyed it, had a lot of fun, and made some great friends.
Why don't we talk about your style of magic, then we can talk about the show, specifically. So, it sounds like you think pretty big with these illusions.
Much like a country and western songwriter or a pop artist or an R&B artist, I use stories to depict a feeling in the show. So all of my magic really has a meaning. For example, every illusion in my entire show is all based on a moment in time in my life. At one point in time in the show, I bring my grandmother back to life, and there's a whole illusion in which I bring her back to life, and I turn myself into a 6-year-old little boy. And my dad taught flying for a living, so as a tribute to him, I take a model airplane that he gave me as a child, and I actually turn it into a full-size airplane.
How long has your grandmother been deceased?
Passed away, it was in 78. And then my father passed away in 1980. He actually worked for Ford Motor Company on the assembly line. And then he taught flying on a little Piper Cherokee 180. And that's the plane that I appear at the end of the show, is a Piper Cherokee 180. My father, gave me a model airplane when I was a child. And, it's one of those desktop model planes that you would see on someone's desk. And the whole vignette scene that I do in which I bring, the memory of my grandmother back to life, and then I turn into a 6-year-old version of myself. And the 6-year-old boy goes over and picks up the model plane off the radio, flies it around the stage, and then Grandma and the child and the plane turn back into me, real life, holding the plane. And then I set the plane down on the stage, and the plane turns into a full-size version. Most of the illusions in the show are actually done in a vignette scene style. So, there's a beginning and middle and an end and a whole storyline, very Broadway, if you will. And then the other illusions, which I do in the middle of the audience, and all the pieces in which I'm talking through them.
And do you have inspirations, besides magicians or other illusionists? Are there other sort of showman-type people that have you sort of gleaned things from? Or
I think that for me, music inspires me so much. I'll go see a rock concert, or I'll go see, some type of a country artist, for example. Perfect example. Right before I played Harris Atlantic City, I saw Winona Judd the night before. She was performing the night before I played, and I'd never seen her. And I'm a huge country fan. And I was familiar with some of the Judd's music, but I'd never seen Winona in concert. And I walked away a fan. And I usually pull creativity from being inspired by other artists. And, to me, I don't copy other artists, but, to me, I feel that special feeling that they're giving their audience, and it inspires me to create my own illusions. I love performing on stage, and I love actually, doing these large-scale, massive illusions, but I also love to walk out in the audience, and I think people are shocked because I'm walking in between rows, I just do wild and crazy things that make people smile, and that I enjoy doing as well. Like I'll see someone eating some popcorn, and I'll be like, hey, you got to share, and they'll pass me the box of popcorn, and I'll take a few pieces of popcorn out. Just, really fun stuff. I love to